So you join us here today on a sad but momentous occasion. And as you can see, both me and Sam here are sat on our Project Clio, which we forged from the heart of a dying star. It's a bit of a Frankenstein of a vehicle, but one will be sad to say what we're about to go into now, which is time to break and tear down this car. Unwillingly so, tear down this car. So this car has been a monumental process. I mean, this took a year for us to build, and it's only seen a couple track days, but those track days were very good. There'll be many Porsches that'll be happy to know that we're now breaking this car and it's time to put it to rest, because it was getting a bit embarrassing.
A bit like the Carbonwurks banks balance.
Well, that's not going to that bit. But all we'll say is this has been a proper beast of a car, and many Porsches will be happy to see this being disassembled. It will be a final time for those Porsches to actually go around the circuit and not being hustled by a little French Clio. I coined this car Cleopatra. That's how it came into its life. But yes, in short, we're breaking the car. You might have figured that one out already. So there's a reason behind that. This particular car has been mega to build, but for us it serves not a great deal of purpose. Although we like and we enjoy building track cars, race cars, and doing things that others don't, it doesn't make a great deal of sense for us to try and use this as a promotional tool. We don't really deal with Renaults, although Sam here, which I'll bring him in a second to join in on this conversation, he's built many cars, he's cut his teeth,
got one or two myself.
Yeah, lost a few fingers, shall we, or at least one from working on French cars. He's not unfamiliar with these, but we need to focus on other things that we are a little bit more involved in here at Carbonwurks, and that's German cars. So that's BMWs, Audis and Mercs. So this has been stripped apart to make way for some other projects. I'm not going to delve into what those projects are. You'll have to find out next year in 2023 what those might be. But this needs to make way for that. So this man to the left of me, which you've probably seen in other videos by now, or at least I hope you would have done.
Somewhere in a beret.
Yeah. Sometimes slightly more French than others. But this man helped bring this car to life, and it seemed only fitting for him to take it out of commission and take it out of life. So anyway, Sam, this has been a big project. Tell me, what will you miss about the car? What was the best part of building the car? And what do you think we should then work on next?
What will I miss?
Yes.
Your sleepless nights. It's quite funny as a spectator.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't enjoy that bit, but fine, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the most enjoyable part, building it, probably our little man date at Nando's in Silverstone, waiting for the recovery truck to pick her up.
Oh, yes.
Many an hour spent.
Yeah.
And what should we move on to next? I think you're hankering after a BMW, but...
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I quite attached to the old Renaults, but if I was going any other way, then I don't know, something classic, something older.
Okay. See, I don't disagree.
We might have some
with
retro goodness on the way.
Well, okay, yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, we won't delve too much into that one. That's one to find out later on, but that's interesting. What would you say, out of everything we did to this car, was the biggest hurdle? What do you think was the hardest thing that we had to do with this car? Convincing me to do it was not a hard part, by the way.
That was very straightforward.
Bit.
Yeah. Getting you out of an R8 and into a Clio was nothing like as hard as I expected.
No, that didn't take much convincing.
I think getting enough carbon fibre on it for your liking was probably the hardest part.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it fought us, but I don't know. I've worked on Renaults long enough to be used to that by now. They fight me all the way.
Well, they have a habit of doing that. So for me, I would probably say the hardest part was getting all of the correct parts for this to work and function properly, because there's so many little details that you could very quickly not get the right part or the not right fitting part, and getting it remapped by a proper and reputable tuner as well. For us, I think that was probably one of the biggest battles.
Oh, I tell you what was the hardest part.
Go on.
Getting it to last past 4:29 in the afternoon on a track day.
Oh my god!
Because it seems to have a thing about witching hour.
Yeah,
so not a problem with my Clios, but it must be a Dan thing. Must be a
go
damn
with that.
thing. I can't say it's the car's fault.
To put a bit of context to this, no doubt Tim's going to cut and splice this edit because it'll go on for several hours otherwise. But this car performed flawlessly up until about 4:30. So when it got to 4:30 in the afternoon, something would go wrong with it, and it would normally be not catastrophic, but enough that it would end the day there and then. First time we had a slave cylinder explode, even though it was brand new. And the second time we had a tame racing driver called Alex Morgan. And I'm going to shame the guy on camera because he killed this car second time round. If you're watching this, Alex, and hopefully you will, you murdered this thing.
Yeah, this bit now, it's your fault.
It is. The reason why this has been broken predominantly is because of
same.
your fault. It's because whilst driving around at Donington at 4:30 doing some quick hot laps in the car, he decided to blow the differential up, which obviously is not ideal. It still ran, it still drove, but yes, that's the bitter demise of this car. So yeah, 4:30 has not been good, but hey, it's been rebuilt, and it's drivable, but we've decided to break it down. So we're going to leave it on there. Tim's going to take some video footage of this beauty being disassembled, and it's a very sad moment for me to finally say, actually, we need to put this one to bed. However, it's been great, and I need to say thank you to you. So, fist bump.